Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to this installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. It is oil change day here at my house today. So we just did my mom's '09 Kia Sportage. First time I'd done the oil change on that car since we bought it back in May. And now we're doing the very first oil change ever on this 2017 Ford Fiesta SE. Happens to be my sister's car. And it's at 5,100 and I think 80 some miles right now, so it's definitely due. It's probably been overdue. She's had the car for a year and it's never had an oil change until now. Probably should have been done sooner, but it's not like she drove 10,000 miles on it or something. It should be okay. But this is the very first oil change ever for this car, and I've never really done oil change before on a brand new car, so this will be interesting to see if the oil kind of turns out any different, you know, considering the fact that it's a new engine, break-in period, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how it looks. So let's get to it. So this Fiesta has the exact same engine as my wife's Fiesta. The 1.6 liter Duratec 4-cylinder. I think they also call it the Sigma engine. So, yep. Get this prop up and we'll start getting to it. No pudding. That's good. Mom's car just saw a bunch of pudding on it. The dipstick's a dark color, so it's hard to really tell if the oil is, you know, how dark the oil is going to be. But we'll find out here in a bit. So, you know, since I own one of these already, the oil change process really isn't too difficult on this vehicle. Obviously, we do have to get it up off the ground. The oil filter is kind of challenging in a way. You can see it from here. It's not too bad to get to under the car. It's at a really weird angle, but there's no shield or anything at all really in your way. The only thing that might be in the way a little bit when you're trying to get the filter off is this hose right here, this line. That might be the only kind of hindrance that you have when you're doing the oil change on this particular engine. Okay, so like I said, on the Fiesta, it's really open under here. So this isn't too bad of a process. Like I said, these lines here, these cooler lines, those are really like your only hindrance with these oil filters. But for the most part, it's really not all that bad. The plug's here on the crankcase. So when I go to do the oil filter, you can usually, I mean, you can get it from here. I guess it really doesn't matter where you go because these hoses are in the way, but you can kind of get a grip on it. So this is the one from the factory, so you know, we'll see how how tight it's gonna be. But anyway, so if I had ramps or even 2 jacks, you know, I can get the oil to drain out a little bit better, but it seemed like there would be more at this end. This is kind of in the middle, but not, so it really isn't going to matter either way. So, let's get our socket. Okay, so let's see. See how bad this is going to be. Might need both hands for a second. Oh, that was not bad at all. Alright. Step back a little bit. Oh, we still need to loosen it just a tad. There we go. Oh, no, not really. It's kind of tough. It's coming, but it's kind of tough. There we go. Alright, let it rip. Looks kind of like regular old engine oil. Ooh, my thing's not draining right. Well, the good news is it looks like it was full. It didn't seem like she was losing any oil, so that's good. It's starting to kind of slow down now, but that's good though. Alright, so I'll let that sit like this for a few minutes. I'll wipe off this plug. She wasn't kidding when she said she was low on washer fluid. I bought some. Okay, while that's still dripping, I mean there's not much left, but I was able to move the pan over a little bit and I should be able to get the oil filter to run off into the pan also. So like I said, I might have to go to the other side if this is on too tight. Man, it might be, yeah, there's a top line up here too, and it gets kind of annoying. I mean, overall the filter is not bad to get to, but it's trying to get a good grip on it, and I might have to use my pliers, my oil wrench pliers. Okay, I got my oil wrench pliers up here, trying to see if I can loosen this. And I don't think I got a good angle. I'm kind of crushing it, but I'll try and turn these around. Let's see. There we go. Alright, we're getting it now. There we go. The factory filters don't look like the aftermarket Motorcraft ones. They actually say full Moco on them. Original Ford Motor Company oil filters right there. Alright, this is gonna get messy. There it goes. First time the oil's ever dripped out of this thing. Okay, let it run out for a little bit. Not so nice and clean anymore. In the meantime, I suppose I could plug that one up. Now I did check the cap, of course, or the plug. Seal is obviously still good. The entire thing is still good. So I already wiped it off, wiped it down. Still got some oil running out of that. When snugging the oil plug, and I say this all the time, there was no need to over tighten it. Just snug it up a little bit. And that's all you gotta do to keep it. Keep it tight, that's all. Alright. Man, you'd think this would be empty by now. Should be. Doesn't feel heavy. Yep. Aw, man. Alright, here we go. Okay, seal came off with it, so that's good. Alright. Now originally I wanted to put the synthetic blend Motorcraft oil back in to this car, along with the Motorcraft oil filter. You know, considering I work at a Ford dealership. However, it's Sunday, so the dealership is closed. And this was kind of a last minute decision. So we went with whatever was on special at the part store for synthetic blend 5W20. They actually didn't have the standard filter for that, so they gave me the one up for the same price. Purelator Boss. Never used the Boss before. It's got a fancy box. It looks like it's a metallic black. Ooh, pretty. Anyway, let's get our clean oil, put it around this ring, so that way that seal does not stick for the next time around. Alright, so that's good enough up there. Now I just want to try to take my towel and just try to wipe off all of this excess oil that dripped all over the place. Start from up here, clean the gasket surface. It's not the easiest thing to get to because of these hoses, these cooler hoses for this oil cooler. Yeah. Just try to get most of it off. Not bad. Shouldn't be a whole lot of stuff up there anyway, because I mean the car's still new. And now let's put the new one on. So we got clean oil on the ring. Just wedge it up through here. Try to get it to thread on a little bit. It's kind of like an upward angle, so it's kind of interesting to try to get back on. There we go. We made contact. All right. All right, and now she's starting to get snug. Yeah, from this side here, a little bit better. There we go. Alright, and that's it. It is snug. Good old-fashioned hand tightening. So the plug is in. Filter's on and it's tight. Got all this stuff wiped off. It's time to get the car back on the ground, and we will add about 4.5 quarts of clean oil. Now, unlike the Kia, this funnel seems to fit in there a lot better, so I don't have to hold it. Alright. So the manual actually converted this to gallons. I've never seen that before. It was always listed as quarts, so it says 1.1 gallons with the filter. If you convert that, it's about 4.4 quarts. So that's what we're adding. And this engine does require synthetic blend straight off of the assembly line. We got about 1.5 quarts left to add. And we're close. That'll probably do it. So I'll give it a second. I'll check the level. I'm gonna wipe down the cap seal also. There's a seal that goes on this cap. So just want to wipe it off real quick. Wipe off the top of the cap. And obviously this seal still looks great also because it's still brand new. wipe off a little bit around the valve cover, which honestly I probably should have done before I took the cap off, but it should be okay. Put that on there. It is on. And this is at the full mark. Let's go ahead and give it a start. Try to actually sit on the seat. 5,176 miles. Alright, so I do not see the oil pressure light. Okay, so according to the manual, you switch the ignition on, press the accelerator and brake pedals at the same time, keep the accelerator and brake pedals fully pressed. After 3 seconds, a message confirming that the reset in progress. After 25 seconds, a message confirms that it's complete. Release the accelerator and brake pedals. Okay, so here we go. 25 seconds. Okay, well, it's been 25 seconds, I'm sure. So I guess she does not have the oil life monitor on here. My sister was saying that her sink isn't working at the moment. I think what was going on is she'd have friends and people, you know, who would ride in the car and they would go to charge their phones in her car, but I think they were using this to charge their phones instead of the power outlet, and I think the USB is mainly used for media readouts, you know, media stuff, to play music and whatnot, and I think every time somebody was plugging in a device, it was probably trying to register the device to use for media, so I think it kind of crashed her system. So I know that there's a way to do a master reset on here. I might have gotten to it now. So it's in the sync menu. Let's try system settings. Bluetooth devices, advanced, return. Let's try advanced. Prompts, languages, factory defaults, master reset. There we go. Or sync reboot. If we tried that instead, we'll try to maybe reboot it and then I'll take it back and we'll see if her stuff works after that. I didn't really realize you can reboot sync. And if not this, then perhaps we'll do the master reset. Well, okay, while this is doing that, I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog, since there really isn't anything else to do today. Well, when I get back, we're going to do that. We're going to do the fuel filter thing, I hope. Oh, I got to add her washer fluid. So, yeah, we're going to try to get the filter on today, hopefully, when I get back. Hopefully I'll have enough daylight. And then I'm going to try to get to run. I don't know if you guys will see that today or not, considering the fact the battery on my camera is getting ready to die. But that's where I stand. So, if you guys enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Check out teespring.com/store/Mike's Vehicle Spotlight for all of your MVS and vlog merchandise. And that's it. I will see you guys next time. So thanks for watching again. and take care.